Catherine had always been proud of the love she shared with Michael. They had been together for over 10 years, married for 7, and had 2 children. Their life seemed perfect. Michael was the ideal husband, affectionate, attentive, and always present. Or so she thought. One chilly afternoon, Catherine was going through Michael's old desk drawer, looking for an important document, when something caught her eye. A small velvet box. She didn't know why, but something compelled her to open it. Inside was a wedding ring, a beautiful gold band with a delicate diamond, but it wasn't hers. Her heart skipped a beat, and an overwhelming sense of dread took over her. The ring was clearly a recent purchase, and the diamond looked pristine, almost new. Catherine felt a wave of nausea hit her. She had always been the one to pick her wedding jewelry, and this one was unfamiliar. She tried to suppress her suspicions, but the pieces began to fit together too perfectly. Michael had been distant lately, working late, acting secretive with his phone, and even avoiding eye contact during their intimate moments. Catherine had ignored the warning signs, telling herself that everything would be fine, but now the truth was staring her in the face. In the weeks that followed, Catherine began noticing even more troubling signs. She found receipts for dinners at fancy restaurants she hadn't been to, hotel bookings for weekends away, and a string of mysterious text messages with a name she didn't recognize. The final straw came when Catherine found a photograph on Michael's phone. Him, smiling next to a woman she had never seen before, with the same wedding ring adorning her finger. The shock hit her like a tidal wave. Catherine had always trusted Michael, never doubting for a moment that he would betray her. But the evidence was undeniable. She was now faced with the reality of his infidelity, and with it came an avalanche of emotions: heartbreak, anger, confusion, and fear of the unknown. The confrontation was inevitable. Michael's reaction was what shook her the most. He didn't deny it. He apologized, explaining how his feelings had changed over the years. He had met someone else, someone who made him feel seen and appreciated in a way he hadn't felt in a long time. He was torn between the life he had built with Catherine and the love he felt for this other woman. Catherine couldn't understand how this had happened. How could the man who had promised to love her forever be capable of such betrayal? She questioned everything: their love, her worth, and even her ability to trust her instincts. Yet, amid the devastation, there was a part of her that felt guilty for not noticing sooner, for allowing the marriage to drift into a place where Michael felt disconnected enough to stray. As days turned into weeks, Catherine struggled to come to terms with her emotions. Part of her wanted to leave, to reclaim her life and heal from the betrayal. But another part of her, one still deeply in love with the man she had married, wanted to salvage their relationship. She knew that no matter what decision she made, the trust that had once bound them together would never be the same. Catherine's mind was a whirlwind of conflicting thoughts. Each day she would replay the moment she discovered the ring, the moments of confrontation with Michael, and the image of him with another woman in her head. There was a part of her that wished she could just erase it all from her memory, pretend it never happened, and return to the life they had shared before everything changed. But reality was cruel, and the truth couldn't be swept under the rug. The first few weeks after the discovery were the hardest. Every conversation felt strained. Michael would try to talk to her, offering apologies and explanations that seemed to come too late, but Catherine was drowning in her own emotions. How could she ever trust him again? How could she rebuild a life that had been shattered so completely? Michael had promised to end things with the other woman, but Catherine couldn't shake the feeling that the damage had already been done. The betrayal wasn't just physical, it was emotional, something that cut deeper than any affair ever could.